Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, September the 8th, 2022, and we are going to be discussing this article that I was looking at about a couple of days ago, and it's had to do with Disney. Let me go ahead and pull this up. This is an article I was looking at from ChristianHeadlines.com. And apparently Disney has this new show coming out called Little Demon. I don't even know if it's even out yet. I haven't really looked at Grace and Peace, Big Yehuda, Grace and Peace. I haven't really went on Disney or Disney Plus to even see if this show is even out yet. And yeah, but I saw this article. I haven't read it yet. I think I skimmed through it. I think that it is just a very short article. Trey D, what's going on? Trey D, Grace and Peace, what's going on? What's going on? So I'm probably not going to be on here long, and I just wanted to go ahead and cover this particular article. And it's really not that much of an article, so I'm just going to go ahead and read through it, and then we'll just have a short conversation about it. Once again, it's from ChristianHeadlines.com. You guys can check out the full article in the description below if you guys want to kind of review this yourself after the video. But it says 1 million moms urges Disney to cancel satanic cartoon Little Demon. That's just a bold title for any type of show. I mean, especially something that's supposed to be geared towards kids. So this is the reason why I titled the video the way that I did. And you see the thumbnail. Um, I don't know. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. All right. It says the conservative Christian group 1 Million Moms has launched a petition urging Disney to cancel its FXX animated sitcom series Little Demon. The show features a mother who was impregnated by Satan and gives birth to an antichrist daughter. The show, rated TVMA, features graphic violence, nudity, and satanic imagery. 1 Million Moms, which has petitioned against other controversial shows, is urging parents to sign their latest petition calling for Disney to cancel Little Demon. Now, first of all, I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think that Disney's going to cancel that. But one thing that's interesting is that this is from FXX. Now, I think that is a what do you call it? It's a channel that is on uh Comcast or Xfinity or something like that. It's a cable news network. And I think FXX is kind of like Fox Extreme or something like that. And I think that they kind of have some edgy content on that particular channel. Like they've put out some like just weird cartoons, weird shows and stuff like that. But what's interesting is that why is that being played on Disney? Like why isn't Disney making their own content? Because like they are their own entity. Like they are capable of producing their own shows, original shows, original series. This is one of the reasons why I like Disney, because they've had their own content, and it's just mind-boggling to me that why would they even partner with FXX, which is not as big as Disney anyway, to produce this show. So, this is when I started to put my tinfoil hat on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just mind-boggling. It's just really, really mind-boggling to me. But anyway, let's continue to read, since this article is really not that long. According to Deadline, quote, among other shenanigans, the comedy shows Laura, the mother, with no pixelation. Wow. She strips down in the first episode to perform a ritual while there are multiple instances of nudity throughout the series, end quote. Quote, 13 years after being impregnated by Satan, a reluctant mother and her Antichrist daughter attempt to live an ordinary life, end quote. Disney describes the show according to the Christian Post. In the petition, 1 Million Moms quotes the series creator Seth Kirshner, sound like a Jew to me, uh, no offense, but yeah, that sounds like a Jewish name. Seth Kirshner, who allegedly told reporters, quote, "We are going to keep going for it until we are told no," end quote. Quote, let us be sure, let's be sure that they are told no quickly, the group contends. Quote, we must do so because Disney is introducing viewers, including children who might stumble across the series, to a world of demons, witches, and sorcery, end quote. Uh, if anybody has been watching Disney for any amount of time, you will already know it's too late for that. Yeah, it's definitely too late for that. Yeah, Grace of Peace, Brandon, he says Disney is satanic. I agree. Yeah. Salute, Ja Tony. Salute, salute. Let's continue. 1 Million Moms also warns that the previews and commercials, quote, include such horrific content that it is difficult for families who watch FXX to avoid its evil subject matter completely, end quote. Quote, it is evident that Disney is trying to portray witchcraft as a positive tool to fight evil. The first episode is more than enough for most Christian families to realize that Little Demon is an extremely dangerous series, end quote. The, the organization stresses in the petition, quote, titled First Blood, uh, this initial episode of the premiere season is currently streaming. 1 Million Moms concluded the petition by urging Disney to, quote, cancel this demonic show, Little Demon, immediately, end quote. Now, in a way, I'm kind of confused because I don't know if Disney owns FXX. Because that's what it seems like to me. As me reading this particular article, because earlier I was saying that yeah, okay, so it seems like I kind of misread that. So I guess FXX is owned by Disney. Wow, that means that they got their hands in a lot of stuff. Because I was thinking earlier that Disney had taken the content from FXX and was putting it on Disney Plus. But however, it seems like that Disney owns the company FXX, or the channel that is on cable TV FXX, and they have this show. Because I thought it would have just been totally weird for Disney to take that show and then stream it to Disney Plus. But let me see. He says this is a real headline. Yeah, this is a real headline. And like I said before at the beginning of the video, you do have the link to this article in the description. Right. He says Disney is tripping. Yeah, Disney is tripping. So um, but yeah, like I said, Disney is kind of going off the rails because I know that they have, and I haven't seen it. I don't even watch Disney Plus. I mean, there's a couple of shows that I do like to catch. I did like the I do like the Marvel movies. Some of the new stuff that they coming out with just totally off the rails. I barely made it through the movie Eternals. That was crazy. You could tell the agendas being pushed in that movie. And I want to go take my family to go see the new Thor movie. We couldn't even make it past half of that movie, and it was just we had to walk out of the movie theater. That movie is horrible. The new Thor is horrible, not family friendly. Do not take your kids to go see it. Don't even watch it with your kids when it comes out on Disney Plus or DVD or whatever. It's really not a family oriented movie unless you're one of those people to where you like your children being exposed to sexual perversion. and just all of this. I don't know. Just they got some agendas going on here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, FX is Fox. Disney owns Fox. So I guess FX, and then you have FXX, which is like a different channel. And now what they gonna get into next? Pornography. You know, what are gonna be FXXX? Is that gonna they're gonna add another X after that? So, but yeah, Brandon is right. He says FX is Fox and Disney own Fox. I didn't even know that. Yeah, honestly says that Disney been tripping. Yeah, she says there was no reason whatsoever for that in Eternals. Yeah, I mean, it was just the movie was just bad. So I guess since Disney owns FX or FXX in this case, that they are going to have this particular show. Now, to me, it's not surprising that FX or FXX is running this type of content because I've even when I did have cable, I never even watched that show. I never even watched that channel, and I could just tell by some of the content. You know, like you'll see some of their like show premieres or like some of their commercials about the shows that they're coming up with, and I would just be like, man, this is just some weird stuff, some weird cartoons. So I'm not surprised with that. And like I said initially, I thought that based on this particular headline, this was going to be streaming on Disney Plus. And if that would have been the case, I definitely wouldn't have been surprised at all because the way that Disney is going. And I think that for a person like me, it's just really disappointing to see Disney kind of going in this direction. Um, and maybe this is the direction that they've been going in for a while, but I haven't seen it until recently. Uh, because I mean, for the most part, um, people Disney itself has kind of had some wholesome movies. They've always been known to have movies that you can sit down and watch with your family. You know what I'm saying? That you can take your family to the movies and watch, together. I remember my parents when I was about 12. They took my sister and I to go see The Lion King. The first Lion King. The animated version. Grace and peace, Rev C. And then of course, we've taken our kids to go see a couple of movies as well. I think we took them to go see the movie Planes one time. Uh, I'm trying to remember. There was a couple of movies that we want to go to. Oh, the recent Aladdin movie. We took them to go see that. So they've always had some pretty wholesome content, but it seems like that. I think that they have some new people up in their front office who are clearly trying to push an agenda. I think that they was interviewing a lady one time. It was like some clip that I saw on YouTube where there's this black lady who said that her agenda is to put as much LGBTQ friendly content uh, on Disney. So she wants to sprinkle it in the movies, sprinkle it in the TV shows, and all of this stuff here. And we've seen that, especially with the new Thor movie, the Eternals, the new Buzz Lightyear movie. They tried to play it over in Saudi Arabia with the because apparently that there is a scene where two women are kissing and the Buzz Lightyear kids movie, and they banned it in Saudi Arabia, but they decided to put it, you know what I'm saying, to play it here in America. And the thing that's so sad is that my kids wanted to see that movie because I remember that we were at the movie theater and they played that as a trailer. I can't remember what movie we was going to see, but they played that Lightyear movie as a trailer, and my kids was just like, yeah, they was kind of excited about the movie. So after that came out about the whole kissing scene and all of that stuff, it was just kind of like it's kind of took the wind out of everyone's sail. Reform, see what happened to good old Christian shows. We watched Veggie Tales and Carmen. Um, Veggie Tales has kind of become more secular. So my kids used to watch Veggie Tales, but now I haven't seen any of their stuff recently. But at one point, I want to say a few years ago, Veggie Tales had started moving away from Christian content or Christian based shows, and they were becoming like more secular. They really were not putting Bible content or the gospel into their shows like they did when they first started out. So yeah, it's just the world that we live in, and just it's just being it's just being harder and more difficult to try to find more good wholesome Christian stuff or entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, um, we have to expect stuff like this. We can't be putting our faith and trust in these organizations. We can't be looking for entertainment or any type of faith-based entertainment anymore. And I mean, even if you do find it, you really have to dig deep and you have to search. And a lot of these organizations who try to promote Christian faith or faith-based content, they're usually silenced. People are hitting them with lawsuits and all types of stuff, and not really approving a lot of their content. So it can be pretty difficult. Um, but now I was thinking that, and I still might end up doing it. We still do have a subscription to Disney Plus, and I thought that this was actually going to be put on the Disney Plus channel. And I was just like, if they did that, I was just going to go ahead and cut it. I still might cut it, um, because I don't know. To be honest, I actually cut Netflix maybe about 3 years ago after they did that movie Cuties with the little girls just blatantly promoting pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a movie about these little girls. I think the oldest was like 11, and um, it was just a sick movie. I never even saw it, but the reviews that I heard from it, it was just bad. And one thing that was really really disturbing that I saw with that movie Cuties that Netflix came out with, somebody had posted a clip, and they said that the reason why that they unsubscribed from Netflix was because in this particular clip, this little girl, she was like preteen, prepubescent little girl. This is in the movie. Okay. Now the movie apparently takes place in like some Middle Eastern country or something like that. Somewhere over, not, I wouldn't say in the middle. Well, yeah, somewhere over there in the Middle East. And this little girl, in this particular clip that I saw, she took this phone from, I guess, this older guy who was like her brother or something. You could tell that he was maybe like in his late teens or something. And the guy was talking to her, and everything is all translated. He's speaking some language, I think in Arabic or something, and he's talking to her, and they're having a back and forth conversation, yelling at each other. And he has his phone out, and he's just talking to her, and she snatches his phone, and she runs into the bathroom and locks the door. So the guy, he's beating on the door saying, "Give me my phone back, give me my phone back." This little girl, this is the clip that I saw, no joke. This little girl pulled down her pants, took the phone and took a picture of her private parts and sent it to somebody. And then once she was done, she gave the phone back to the guy. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw that, I immediately canceled my subscription to uh to Netflix because of that clip. And I said, I can't believe that Netflix is actually promoting stuff like that. But Netflix had already started going down in a downward spiral. You know what I'm saying? They had already started going in a downward spiral. And at first I did like Netflix because they had some wholesome content. They had movies that were available to be streamed that, I mean, just some of these movies are like old movies that you're just like, man, I forgot about this movie. And you know, wife and I would have a Netflix and chill night. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, nothing dirty. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know nothing dirty, but we will always find like a movie, on Netflix. I would cook something up, because I'm a chef. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can cook a little bit, actually cook a lot of bit. You know what I'm saying? Just ask the wife. But anyway, I'll whip up a little something and we'll sit down, we'll watch a movie on Netflix, and it was good. There was another show that I used to like on Netflix. I don't even know if it's still on there, but it was called The Chef's Table. And the chef's table was basically these guys going around and interviewing people from different parts of the world, people who are prominent chefs. And I used to like shows like that, but then they started coming out. They had the whole LGBTQ pride section. Some of that stuff was geared towards kids, and then, like I said, they turned around and did the Cuties movie. I was done. I was just totally done. And it seems like that Disney is starting to follow that same pattern. They're slowly but surely sprinkling in their agendas. You know what I'm saying? And I think that they just came out recently and said that they just put their first R-rated movie on Disney. Um, yeah. So Disney is not a corporation that is geared towards children. It's geared towards pushing an agenda. So let me go ahead and read a couple of these comments before I get up out of here. German says, he says they're added a same gender wedding in the Buzz Lightyear movie and had nothing to do with the Toy Story series. Yeah, and I was mentioning that earlier, where over there in the Middle East, they said we're not going to play that unless you cut that scene out. And of course, they cut the scene out and they played it over in Saudi Arabia, but here in America, they kept the scene. John Tony says, I dropped Netflix when they made Jesus gay. Uh, I told him about it too. Yeah, I think I had canceled my Netflix subscription um, before they even came out with that, because that probably would have triggered. I don't know. Maybe they had that on Netflix and maybe I just didn't pay attention. But I knew with that Cuties thing, that was it. I was done. Uh, before Rev C says Netflix and chill doctrine. Says the creator of Cuties said she was trying to expose that stuff, not promote it. And Phil hasn't owned VT for a long time. It's sad how they sued him for his own content and made him work there. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of backstories to a lot of that stuff, man. But yeah, I mean, the creator said, because I think I did see a video or read an article or something where the lady who created that, because I think that she's like Muslim or something like that, and she was saying that she made that movie to expose it, to talk about the oppression of young girls and the sexualization of young girls, or actually, no, not to expose the sexualization of young girls, but to kind of promote this ideology of um, because I guess in Muslim cultures, women have a lot of restrictions and they're not able to, do a lot of the things or have a lot of the freedoms that a lot of women in the West have. So I think the creator, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't seen this interview in a while, but I think that she was basically saying that she wanted to promote more of a freedom, amongst such restrictions in the Muslim religion. So basically, she was trying to expose the harsh treatment of women and the suppression of women in Muslim culture and Muslim society. So therefore, she came out with the movie Cuties to kind of say that women are so oppressed from the time that they're young. When they're little girls, they're taught to live a certain way, follow a certain standard, and she wanted to kind of bring a new light to uh this, or through this particular movie, about how restrictive the Muslim faith is, and now little girls. I don't know. It was just confusing, because I mean I can't even explain half of the stuff that she was saying, because it was just confusing to me. And I said, well, what does that have to do with the content that you're promoting in this movie? You know what I'm saying? So that was just, I mean, yeah, it was just, all I gotta say is that when I saw that clip, I was done. I didn't even see the movie. I canceled Netflix. And then that's when Disney Plus started jumping, and I said, oh, cool, good wholesome family content. Disney Plus, there you go, kids. So a lot of people in the chat, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, yes, thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Honestly says she, I think she did a horrible job. If that was the case, yeah, for real. Yeah, her whole agenda was to try to push this uh women's Muslim liberation type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the movie was geared towards pedophilia, sexualizing little girls, I should say. So yes, it was for all those things, the sexualization and promoting autonomy madness. Yeah, John Tony says I couldn't tell. Sounds like bovine manure to me. Yep. Well, listen, guys, I got to get ready to get up out of here, man. Got to finish getting ready for work. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out, and let me know what you guys think. Especially those who are playing this on the on the replay in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is just a big nothing burger? That Disney, they're free to do whatever they want. That they're a corporation, and if people want to watch it, hey, that's fine. If they don't want to watch it, or if they don't want to subscribe to FXX, that's still fine. Nothing big. Or do you happen to believe that, hey, listen, it's just really sad to see that Disney is moving in this particular direction when it comes to them trying to indoctrinate our youth, and that we need to be aware of what our kids are watching and what our kids are, just partaking in, even if it is coming from a family-oriented corporation like Disney. That we just need to be more aware of that. But whatever you guys think, again, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, like this video, rate it, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell. So, whenever I get ready to go live, or, whenever I drop a video, you guys will be the first ones to see it. And with that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time.